Hello everyone, my name is MrHurriicane, and today I have more Madden 16 news. Another top 5 was released, and it's the top 5 wide receivers in Madden 16. I've already talked about the top running backs, quarterbacks, and rookies in the game, as well as a lot of other Madden 16 information. If you need to get caught up, I have my playlist linked in the description below to all my Madden 16 news and information videos. Check that out if you need to, but I'll jump into this top 5, starting with number 1. 97 overall is the highest a receiver is in Madden 16. And we've been used to Calvin Johnson being the top receiver in Madden, but this year, there's a new player on top, and it's Antonio Brown. At 97 overall, he is the best receiver in Madden 16 from an overall standpoint, with 99 catching, 99 route running, 90 speed, 96 elusiveness, 91 acceleration, 95 juke, 93 spectacular catch, and 98 catch in traffic. I do think this is the right move. Brown has elite productivity, and nobody's been more consistent. He has 2 years straight of at least 50 yards and 5 catches in every single game. And last year he led the NFL in catches, receiving yards, was second in touchdowns, and first in first down catches. Now, Antonio Brown may not be the guy you throw it to on 3rd and long or a Hail Mary at the end of the game, but I still think he deserves to be this high when you consider the most important traits for a receiver. Things like route running ability, catching, awareness is important. I believe Brown is the best at the most crucial aspects of being a wide receiver. And even if you want to look at him compared to other receivers, guys like Brown aren't used like players like Dez Bryant or Calvin Johnson, so comparing the two isn't exactly necessary. They just both share the wide receiver label. But I do think Brown deserves to be a 97 and the best receiver entering Madden 16. What do you guys think? I'm sure there will be some debate about this, whether Brown should be number 1 or if it should be still Calvin Johnson or Dez Bryant or maybe somebody else. Let me know in the comments, but we'll move on to number 2. 96 overall, it's Cowboys receiver Dez Bryant. Dez has 98 catching, jumping, and spectacular catch. That's a dangerous trio. 89 speed, 90 acceleration, 92 elusiveness, 91 spin, and 95 juke. So Dez Bryant checks in with a little bit lower speed than Antonio Brown, and keep in mind it seems that speed has been really toned down universally with these top 5 rankings. It wasn't noticeable at all in the rookie rankings, but just keep in mind while Dez Bryant is an 89, Jamal Charles is a 92 speed. I do agree with Dez holding down this second spot. Now on to number 3, and it's Calvin Johnson, whom we're used to seeing in the top spot at these Madden wide receiver rankings. He dealt with injuries last season, wasn't as productive in the 13 regular season games that he played, so his ratings do go down a little bit, but he's still in the top 3. And Megatron boasts 98 release, 97 catching, 91 catch in traffic, 98 spectacular catch, the same as Dez, 93 agility, 90 juke, and 92 route running. We move on to number 4, and I'm sure there will be some debate about this one. At 94 overall, the 4th highest rated receiver in Madden 16 is the cover athlete Odell Beckham Jr., entering his 2nd season. After missing the first 4 games of his career, we all know what he did with the next 12. Odell Beckham still put up monster numbers in a fantastic rookie season, a memorable one for sure, and we all know the catch that he had definitely helped his popularity, but that was just one of his 91 catches, and just one of his 12 touchdowns. Odell Beckham was excellent last season. He deserves to be very highly rated, more than other rookies who have had a good season, because Beckham's was pretty legendary. Like Antonio Brown, he's a great route runner, has excellent hands, and we all know he can make the spectacular play. His ratings on Madden 16 include 99 spectacular catch. That's obviously the best. 97 catching, 97 route running, 96 juke, 92 speed, 93 acceleration, and 94 elusiveness. I'll admit I was a little surprised to see Beckham rated a 94 and already the 4th highest rated receiver in Madden 16, but he was extremely good last year. The main thing about me is not like questioning any of his abilities, it's just the sample size, which is universal for the way I look at players and ratings entering their second season especially. I'm not sure what kind of jumps we've seen in Madden overalls when it comes to players who had a fantastic beginning to their career like a Luke Kuechly or JJ Watt, but obviously Odell Beckham has taken a big leap and is now a 94 overall. Remember, he only played in 12 games last year, but still ended up with 91 catches, 1,305 yards, and 12 touchdowns. His last 4 games, by the way, this is how he ended the season. Granted, it wasn't against great secondaries. At least 8 catches in each of those 4 games, at least 130 yards, and at least 1 touchdown. But it was 7 touchdowns combined over those 4. Very good stretch of play. It's obvious he has a ton of momentum entering his second season, and we'll see if the type of play he showed last year continues. That production won't be easy to match, at least on a per-game basis. I don't have a major problem with Beckham being a 94 because he is extremely good. I don't think he's overrated just because of the catch. Maybe his ratings got a bump because he is on the cover in the face of Madden for the next year. But I'm looking forward to see what you guys think in the comment section. Does Odell Beckham deserve to be number 4? Does he deserve to be in the top 5? Do you agree with his ratings? Next at number 5 is Julio Jones of the Atlanta Falcons. And Julio is tied with Odell Beckham at 94 overall. Jones has 97 spectacular catch. 94 catch in traffic, 94 catching, 94 agility, 92 speed, 92 acceleration, 87 elusiveness, 87 jump, 91 route running. Jones is coming off of his best season, nearly 1,600 yards, and it's not really a surprise to see Julio Jones crack the top 5 this year. But I do think there are other receivers who have a legitimate argument for being in the top 5. But there was one receiver I expected to see in the top 5 that isn't here. I wouldn't be surprised if he's also a 94 overall and tied to be in the top 5. And that receiver is Jordy Nelson, who is another guy who seems to be impossible to cover, especially with the guy who throws him the ball. I think Rodgers to Nelson is probably the best connection in the NFL. And I was surprised to not see Jordy here, but there are so many good receivers there at the top that sorting through them is pretty much pointless because they're all extremely good. And then there's AJ Green and Demaryius Thomas, who are also in that probably next category of receivers as far as overall rating goes. But that is the top 5, guys. What do you think of the top 5 receivers in Madden 16? Do you like Antonio Brown at number 1? Do you like Odell Beckham making that big leap to the 4th best receiver in the game, or tied for 4th with at least one other player, Julio Jones? I was a little surprised to see Odell Beckham already rated a 94, but if he plays the way he did last year, that 94 is justifiable. I just usually want to see more than 12 games of a player before I would think about them being in the mid to high 90s. I think 90 or 91 is reasonable considering sample size, but again, if he does this all over again, then the 94 makes complete sense. To me, it's kind of a prediction a little bit to have him as a 94, but not too far off. It's not a big deal to me. A bigger deal to me is if we're going to see that animation of his catch over and over again in Madden 16. I hope to see it like twice, but I'm sure I'll see it more than that. Either way, I'm very excited to try out the receivers this year in Madden 16. That's the one position I'm like really stoked to try out. That and the DBs, obviously, because the new wide receiver and DB interactions are intertwined. But when you have guys like Odell Beckham, Dez Bryant, and Megatron, those aggressive, spectacular catches, I'm really hoping that separates the receivers in Madden this year. Every receiver I talked about today has at least 93 spectacular catch. And the lowest one was Antonio Brown, and everybody else was a little bit higher. But we should definitely be able to tell a difference between the elite receivers and the mediocre receivers. Basically, I'm hoping that coverage is tighter and that speed is less important compared to the other important ratings for a wide receiver. And if it is that way, perhaps I'll be doing a wide receiver connected franchise this year as my player-based series. I'm going to wait and see though, because if it is fun, I would love to play as a wide receiver. But that is it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's top 5. As the top 5 receivers in Madden 16 are Antonio Brown, Dez Bryant, Calvin Johnson, cover athlete Odell Beckham, and Julio Jones. For the past few days now, we've been getting a top 5 released every day, and as they are released continually, I will be talking about them here on my channel. So hit that subscribe button for more Madden 16 news and information. And check out the playlist linked in the description below to the rest of the top 5s I've already talked about, the news about gameplay, the new mode Draft Champions, and the changes to Connected Franchise mode. Anyway, that's it for today. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to leave some feedback down in the comments section. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.